So, hey, you guys. So, I'm Shara,
I'm Taddeus.
and today we're going to do the 3 question challenge. During this challenge, he's made 3 questions, I've made 3 questions, and we have to answer honestly. That's one thing we have to do. And I think this is a great piece or a great game to play so that you can create a connection with your partner. So, let's do it. You want to go first, or you want to rock, paper, scissors first?
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
What is rock, paper,
Go ahead.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot? You
Okay.
don't do it right.
You know what? One,
Rock,
two,
two,
three.
three, rock, paper, scissors, uh, 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 uh. Okay, you go first. Oh,
She
you
messed
gotta
that up.
pull the
So,
question.
yeah. All right. All right. First question. How have you grown as a person in our first year of marriage? How have I grown as a person in our first year of marriage? Um, how have I grown? There's several answers to this for me. I'm going to say that marriage is always an adjustment, learning the rhythms and ebbs and flows that work together for you. I think the thing that I have done, that I've grown in, is listening with the intent of deep understanding. As she speaks, I'm I'm I now ask questions not for rebuttal, in any type of way, but just trying to figure out exactly, um, all the layers of what she's saying. Whether, is she talking to me about a particular situation? Is she talking about a feeling, a thought? Where those thoughts derive from? I'm a person who really cares about the psychology of why you think this way, what brought this on, all those different things. So I'm always asking those types of questions for deeper understanding. So I think that might be it for me.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Oh, okay, let's see what you got. When do I feel the most connected? Hmm. I would say I feel the most connected when we are in a space to where we're not necessarily, we're just existing. We're existing together, yeah, existing together, and we're gradually doing our own things, but we're doing it together. And I know we have different types of attachment styles, but I feel like when we're on the same page about things, like I'm more of an intellectual. I don't know if you've learned that about me this far. Like I'm emotional, but I'm more intellectual. So when I feel that we're on the same space here, because I feel like we're already here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But we can add being together here. I feel like that makes me connected because I feel like you really understand. I guess that kind of pivots off what you just said, trying to get deeper connections through asking certain questions. And it's like sometimes, you know, we have our little rebuttals about it. But other times, I feel like when you're asking certain questions, it's really you trying to understand me, and I feel like that creates a better connection for me.
Okay. So as you say that, I saw you do this and
Hmm.
this. Are you saying you feel like we're connected with the heart already, and that sometimes we need the same vision?
Yes,
Okay. Okay. I
yes.
think I get it.
I think when we're on the same page intellectually, or when we have the same vision, which I think we're trying to grow now, and that we're
Mhm.
getting there, I feel more connected because I think the whole thing about me is being around people who understand, who are trying to understand who I am. You know what I mean?
I think I get that. Okay. Good to go. Do you want to do a second question?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. I'll go first.
Okay.
Why you make these long questions? So, what's one big goal or dream you have that I can support? I almost don't want to reveal it right now. I'm thinking about starting a different series, talking to specific people about a particular trauma.
Okay.
And the way you would support that is just kind of give me your thoughts. I think you might be one of the people that I'd be speaking to. So I'd love to hear your feedback. Always want to hear your thoughts. I always care about how you feel and think about it. Matter of fact, you're the most important person to me as far as thoughts outside of God. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm always looking for your feedback. I'm always, and truth be told, as a man, it's kind of hard for me to admit this, but I'm always looking for your cheers. I'm always looking for you to root me on. I'm always looking for your encouragement. Um, and that's just the honest truth. I'm looking for almost approval and fanfare to a point.
Mm-hmm.
There's a point of this where I have to do what I think is best for my vision, but I also know that I feel so much better and I feel so much more affirmed when my wife is cheering me on. So though when you're supporting me in that area, um, I feel like I literally feel like I can do anything.
Okay. So when do you feel you're going to want to share? I think I know what it is.
Listen, man, don't be trying to
And
look.
I've already
I know
got in
what
my
you're
mind in
doing.
ways that I can assist, but I got to ensure or make sure that that's what you want.
Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Mm,
Just stay tuned.
mm,
Stay tuned.
okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. What's the easiest way to restore connection with me? I think the traditional way and the way that I'm trying to get to differs. I know the traditional way is leave me alone until I'm ready to come back to you and restore whatever we need to restore. But I think I'm trying to grow into it. It's a little difficult to change ways, but you have to change if you want to make things, if you want things to go differently. So I feel that um, I'm in a space to where I'm not trying to be left alone too long. And I think I'm still like, hey, let me come to you, but I'm thinking that I'm in a space to where, hey, I can't dwell in this too long. Because I know that with your type of attachment personality, you don't that's not really conducive to that. We don't we don't share that. So I think the person that I'm trying to grow from would want to be left alone in a moment, let me dwell in what I'm gonna dwell in, let me come back out and we can talk. But I think the person I'm going into now is, hey, don't dwell too long. Take heed to how you're feeling about how I feel about something and kind of come out my shell and just change, just grow.
I also want you to know that while you're working through that process, that it's okay to take time to figure out your thoughts and feelings and try to get all those things together before we reconnect. I think that is important.
Mhm.
I understand what you're saying about the time maybe that takes,
Yeah.
but I know that there's times when we're separate. If there's a disconnection, I need to realign my thoughts. I need to realign my emotions and realign what I consistently say about the relationship, what I consistently think about you, what I
Mm-hmm.
consistently think and say about myself within the relationship, so that we stay best we can personally,
Mm-hmm.
so that we present the best versions of ourselves together. And sometimes I know we got to get away to be able to do that. Just we're working on how fast we get that. So it's a work in progress. We'll get there.
We will. We will. So, last question.
Sure. Man, I threw the question back in here. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know why I did that. Ooh, I can't read your hand right. How do you feel as our communication has evolved since we got married? Have we done that one?
I don't think we
Okay.
did that one. I don't think so.
How do you feel like our communication has evolved since we got married? I think as we spend time within a marriage, there's deeper, different levels of communication that you come across from when you from move from dating, and
Mm-hmm.
that even after we dated a while and we were friends before that, like marriage was completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I think we become more aware of each other's body language, tenses, moods, and all those other things. So I think the evolution for me, to be honest, just being honest, is to learn when to ignore something, learn to think that hey, she's not upset with me. She might be having a day. Let her have her
Mm-hmm.
day. Let her have her space. So I think the evolution in communication is to use sometimes just encouragement and then watching how you respond to the encouragement and then give a second level. And when I say a second level, I mean sometimes I need to leave you alone. Just let you have your moment. And then there's other times I need to just go find something to do for you, make a couple hot chocolate, go I don't know, rub your feet. Sometimes it's just give you your space. So it's just kind of figuring out how do I communicate to you that you're safe, that you can be who you are in this space. So I think that's what it is for me.
Okay. Yeah, I would say, as far as we mentioned earlier about just, you recognizing if you need to leave me alone or do this or do that. I think I'm learning or trying to learn, because I'm work in progress, is communicating when I need that, instead of just going off in my shell and kind of just being like, I'm just gonna do my own thing. I don't know what he doing, I'm gonna do my own thing. But just kind of saying, hey, I need my own time, and then coming back to the issue at hand or whatever's going on and discuss it. I think it's so easy to just go off and do my own thing, and then things die down, and then we don't revisit it at all. So that's a part of communication for me.
Okay. Good to go.
How do you feel you best offer connection? Good question. How do I feel that I think I offer connection through,
What's your best way?
I would say, through just being me. And I would say with
Okay.
with
Okay.
doing that, I think that when I'm around people, when I'm around them long enough, I can see, or I can identify what they're good at, and they might not be pulling their full potential into, or they might just be thinking about other things and they're not focusing on maybe what their purpose is, or they're kind of dabbling with it and playing around. I think the way that I can fully, or I try to connect with people, is not only motivating them, but kind of giving them maybe tools. Or when you say connect, you mean just with you, right? You don't mean like with people around me. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But the way that I could best offer connection with you, I know through your love language. I think since we do have different love languages, it's more of touch. I don't think touch is your first one, but touch is definitely one. But I know that I think words of affirmation and time. I think time spent is your first one. And I think intentionally setting time aside for you better helps the connection for you. Like when I go and I do my own thing, when I don't want to be bothered because I'm annoyed or whatever the case may be, it goes against that, because what you like is time. And I think that with me working on my communication and not going in my shell, it offers a connection, or puts me in a space where I can fully connect with you by communicating and spending time with you, because that is your love language.
Okay.
I kind of went on a tangent, but yes.
It's cool. It's bet. This is what we do. This is what we do. Hey, so this is how we one of the ways we connect. Just ask each other random questions just to get a chance to know each other on a deeper level. And maybe even find out things we weren't thinking before, or maybe some changes in thoughts because she changes and I change as well. And we evolve and we got to give each other space to be able to do that. And we got to keep discovering one another when it comes to understanding that they change. Because where they were yesterday may not be, the saying, yesterday's price ain't today's price. It might be something different today.
Yes, you have to grow with your partner.
Right.
Don't listen. Once one starts outgrowing the other, that's when difficulty starts. So just grow with your partner, learn who they are, learn what makes them tick, in a good way.
Right.
And just
And give them the
love
grace
them.
to be themselves.
Yes, that's the big thing.
Flawed, different, quirky,
yes,
weird, all that
I
other
like the way
stuff.
you was just looking at me when you said
Look,
that.
but give them
The less judgment you have within your relationship, I think the better. When you don't think that your partner is constantly judging what you're doing and what you're not doing, I think it puts you in a place to where you can really be yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
She right.